guys, this is Dr. Alchemist, M.F.A, a Bachelor's of Finance, Master of Fine Arts, and Fashion Design. Why are you watching this? Because I have the credentials and I got the muscle. Thanks so much for coming. Look, I'm in my new set. Look what I can do. So since this is a Buggy's chapter, right? So I wanted to do like some clownery. So I'm super excited. Let me know what's your favorite part about the set. Yeah, I'll get used to this. Like now I'm standing up and I'm excited. Chapter 15. Gong. So we open up to a cover page where Nami's on a mastodon, and the only reason I know it's a mastodon because of course Zach, the Power Ranger, the Black Ranger, right? He had mastodon, and so I don't know where they're at, but she's riding on top of a mastodon. And actually, it's a herd of mastodon. Mastodonus? I don't know. What's the plural word for mastodons? Well, Nami is in her East Blue Saga outfit on top of the mastodon, while Luffy is on the trunk, holding on, playing with him, while the mastodon is like, oh my god. And the mastodon has like a scar, like Luffy and Shanks. So I assume maybe Zoro sliced him up a little bit because Zoro's on his tusk, just kicking the back like this. I really like this cover page. It's dope. I like how the cover pages don't have nothing to do with the actual story, because we're about to go into the story where this chapter talks about like the mayor and Buggy going back and forth, and of course the Straw Hat Pirates step up to fight. But this is just the setup for the big brawl, because you know how it goes in One Piece. Usually we go to an island, we have a good time, we party, we drink, you know, but then we see like the tragedy of the island or what's going over there, the conflict. And then Luffy's like, somebody complains that their dream's not getting succeeded or that's going to happen. And then Luffy's like, oh, I'm going to beat him up and punch him. And then the Straw Hat Pirates are like, all right. And then it be gang gang. And so now we're at the part, the climax of the mayor argue with Buggy because he's like, I forgot his name. But the mayor is like, we'll call him Mayor. Hold on. There we go. The mayor is like, hey, you're not about to take my island out of the fight, even though Grandpa's like 60. Let's call him Grandpa Mayor. All right, let's start the chapter. As I said, you have Buggy and the Buggy Pirates on top of the Drinker's Pier. The Drinker's Pub, not the Drinker's Pier. What the fuck is that? So the Drinker's Pub, right? Yikes. Anyway, so they're at a bar. Basically, this is at Buggy's base of operations. And the mayor pulls up, and he's looking at Buffy, but not Buffy the Vampire, not Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Buggy. The mayor's looking at Buggy, like, hey, yo, what's up? I'm ready, Buggy. And the mayor's like, who? So the mayor walks up. Yo, Buggy. I don't know why he talks like that. Yo, Buggy, you're not going to take my island without a fight. I'm tired of your shit. And Buggy's like, who art thou? And what's your death wish? You know, talking all pompous. And the mayor's like, I'm Boodle. And I've been mayor of this town since you were pillaging the nurseries. I'm here to challenge you. And so, one of Buggy's crewmates look, because come to find out, that's the second mate. If you remember, the first mate was the lion tamer that had the lion, right? And he had kind of like the panda bear ears. That's how he looked. He has like a panda hoodie, crop top. And if I'm describing him to you, so it's about, I'll say 5, 10, 6 feet. Oh, it's One Piece, everybody's tall. About 6 feet. Thick eyebrows, a panda hoodie, right? And a panda bear croppy moment with some jeans. Now this guy, the second mate, which we'll find out later, He looks like oh boy from My Hero Academia with the scarf and the eyes that neutralize people. I forget. Sound out below if you remember that. But anyway, he has or he actually looks like a ripoff Tanjiro, but actually maybe Tanjiro was inspired by him because this came out first 25 years ago, right? So he has the checkered scarf like Tanjiro, and he has I'm describing the second mate, and his hair is long at the side, kind of like D Woods on Danny the Kane, right? Second album, okay? And then he just has a vest. And then he has his ribs tied with just bandages, right? I think that's just a kind of swordsman thing. And so, as soon as the Buggy's crew heard this challenge from the mayor, everyone's busting out laughing. Ah! And then everybody's like, does he really think he can beat the captain? Man, dog, do you think? Could you imagine you're standing somewhere, like having a good drink, glug, glug, glug. Glug, glug, glug. And an old man comes up and says, Almighty, you're not taking my island. You're like, what the hell? But you did take this island. Hey, Buggy, pick on somebody your own age. And so, Captain Buggy, first mate says, what is it, Kaboji? Leave him to me, sir. So, I thought he was yawning, right? Oh no. He's able to pull a sword like Orochimaru. Oh. Pulls a sword out his throat to this day. And then, why Kihal? Me, it's Kaboji the Acrobat. He's talking. Okay. Please, I need you if you're watching this, the 5 people that watch my videos. Okay. If you're writing in first person, that's I, me, right? If I talk in third person, I'm like, Dr. Alchemist is doing this, right? First person, I'm using I and me. What is second person? Just explain to me down below, please. Thank you. So he's talking in third person. Wakihao, me, it's Kaboji the Acrobat. Look at him go. And then he does like the somersaulting. See, that's why I need to stand up. It's like this somersaulting moment. You know, all the way over to the mayor from the pub. All right. And so then it's been a while. I don't want to get too rusty. Title card. You see, the title card first says, Buggy's second mate, Kaboji the Acrobat. Okay? And so he's on a unicycle. So the theme, what I'm noticing, I'm caught up, but what I'm noticing, all the crews have like a theme, not really like the Straw Hats, well, tragedy, but are lost, hope, dreams. Okay, there you go. But usually pirate crew has like a theme. So of course Buggy is the clown and this guy has a circus theme. So as you said, or as I said, he has the scarf like Tanjiro, the checkers. He has kind of like a vest. All right. So he then jumped off the damn tavern or the pub and struck the pose. Title card. Buggy's second mate, Kaboji the Acrobat. And so he's there on the unicycle. You know, one leg in passe, the other one down. Some fabulous boots, like heel booties, like Prince. He has a sword and like a ladle. Like in Jewish culture, they have the ladle thing, right? Am I tripping? It's like a toothpick, and it goes like that. Ladle, 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 drip, drip. What's the song, right? Ladle, 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 ladle. Maybe it didn't sound like that, but you know what I mean. So, I go get him, Kaboji. And so the mayor is locked in. And that's fool. He challenged me, Buggy says. You stay out of this. Okay? And so now the crew is like, boo, boo, boo. We won't be seeing Kaboji acrobatic show. Because they want to see Kaboji fight. Apparently, they don't fight much or fight other crews. Because Buggy's crew is so revered. We're just in the East Blue, you know? But I wonder if him and Buggy and Arlong fought from the Fisherman Pirates. Huh? I wonder. And then here Buggy's looking at the mirror. Why are you challenging me? A little old to be making a name for yourself, aren't you? This town is my treasure and I'm going to protect it, the mayor says. And then now Buggy's laughing at him. You see now, fool. The only treasure here is for termites, gold, and jewels are the treasure. Treasure sparkles and makes its possessor a king. So basically say, your island ain't shit. We just here for the liquor. Damn, Buggy. This dump of yours doesn't sparkle. It rots. Well, Buggy, hold on. Buggy, you've been here for a minute. Taking, is it hostage or you took over the island. And how dare you tell these people they live in a shithole? Could you imagine, like, I don't know, your city got taken care of or your home got taken, right? And they're not, you know, these people moved in and won't leave. And now they're talking about your house is a mess or your subdivision. And you're like, who invited you? Huh? And then Buggy's like, enough of your nonsense. So here comes, enough of your nonsense. And then the mayor yells and shouts, shut up, you sea squirt. I don't expect you to understand my feelings for this town. Because he grew up there. Now get down here so I can kick your ass. Buggy looks at him, puts his hand, and uses his chop pistol, right? Where he launches his hand. Because remember, he has a chop fruit. And he can disassemble himself at will. Or when sharp objects try to touch him. So he holds his hand and launches his hand, right, for the mayor's neck. Boom. Poor mayor. Mayor's about like 7-year-old, like, argh. So the mayor now is like punching him, right? And it's because it's like the Exorcist, man. But he's lifting him, because remember, once he disassembles his body, those parts can float. The only thing that cannot float on him is his feet. But everything else can float. So he's choking him up, holding him. He's like, oh my God. And so now the mayor tried to buck up. This is nothing, Kim. This is nothing, right? And so let me try to find other ways to holding the book. You know, this is nothing, right? And then, Buggy chokes him even harder. Blood splats. And he's like, right? And what's that? You trying to beat me? By punching yourself in the throat? Like, really? And so the mayor is like going through it. And then Buggy monologues. You dare to order me down there? Do you know who you're talking to? Answer me. What's my name? Ooh, nah. What's my name? I can't die, the mayor's thinking. I can't die. Not before I get revenge. And he's about to pass out, man. I mean, come on, Buggy. He's just an old guy. Why do you have to do that? Buggy continues the monologue. Soon, I shall rule the Grand Line, and all the glittering treasures will be mine. All the treasure in the world, I'll have it all. Nobody else. And this is getting overkill, right? This is overkill. Buggy then grabs the cannon, okay? Points it at the mayor. Ah! So, Buggy's choking him, points the cannon at him, about to launch a Buggy bomb at the damn mayor. And Mayor's like, please, come fight me. You come down and do it yourself. And he's like this, like the Force, like Darth Vader. You're not worth it. And then cuts to Buggy looking. What? Who's that? The kid with the straw hat? And then you all see Luffy all cool, holding the hand like this, squeezing the hand, and got the mayor and other. the mare is, wow. Really, the mare is bleeding out of control. It's crazy, right? And then Luffy's like, I'm back. I told you, I'll clobber you. And Buggy hurry up and snapped his hand back. I don't believe it. You two must enjoy pain. Because I would say first round, Buggy did win. But, Luffy was locked in the cage. You kind of caught Zoro off a, surprise attack. Nami kind of got y'all captured. It was a little unfair, right? And so Buggy's like, but this time, you won't escape me. And then, Lord, here comes Nami. Nami hasn't really committed to the crew because we haven't learned her backstory. We haven't really saved her. Or, we haven't found what she needs to be fulfilled. Yeah, the side quest. She'll be here later. And here comes Nami like, look, y'all, I gotta go. Have fun fighting, boys. I'm just here for the map and the treasure. And then Zoro's like, whatever, go ahead. And so now the mayor is like, you young whippersnappers, you're outside, not your fight. Oh, you're outsiders, not your fight, okay? This is my battle, the mayor says. It's my town and I'll protect it. So, don't interfere. Luffy grabs him, boom, and knocks him out on the wall. And Nami's like, Mayor! Buggy's like, huh? Everybody's like, oh my God. Zoro's like, And Luffy has his straw hat over so you can't see his eyes. That's how you know when he's serious. And Mayor's like, oh, you. And then Nami's like, hey, whose side are you on? Why'd you do that to the mayor? And Luffy's smiling. He was in the way. And Buggy's like, oh, okay. And Zoro's like, good thinking. He would have gotten himself killed. He'll be safer unconscious. And then Nami's like, you're too reckless. And then Luffy's like, hey, you, big nose. And everyone's like, oh my God. And then Luffy, Zoro and Nami's like, oh my. And then Buggy's like, kill him. Give him the Buggy Ball. And they turned that cannon to him, okay? And they turned that cannon to him. Hold on, I need to get more ammo. Gong. They load the cannon in. Gong. They light the fire. Why does that sound like DMX? They light the fire. Psh. And then Luffy stands here, right here, like that. He stands real. Like that. And then everyone's like, you idiot. Don't you know when to shut up? Luffy, get out of the way. You're going to get hit. And that's Nami and Zoro like hightailing out. That measly cannonball not going to work on me. And then Buggy's like, oh yeah? Ready? 3, 2, 1, boom! And then Luffy goes, gum gum. Like Kirby, Super Smash Bros. Melee or Brawl when you get the special. And then he inflates his body, right? And we learn of a new technique called gum gum. Gum gum. And then the Buggy Ball. And then he goes flying back. And Nami's like, oh, what the hell? And everyone's like, what the heck is he? What the heck is he? Remember, we're in the East Blue Saga. There's not that many. This is our second devil fruit, right? We got the Gum Gum fruit and the Chop Chop fruit. That's it. So could you imagine, I don't know. It's like we're in the Midwest, like the nowhere lands in the country. And people are, they're not used to seeing, I don't know, city slickers. And now we walk in, I don't know, I need a better example. When black people go to Asia, they're like, oh my God, we've never seen black people. That's how it's given. And then you go to America, like, oh my God, there's a lot of them. And then he said, what the heck is that guy? He took a direct hit from the Buggy Ball. And And then Luffy goes, "Arr!" Boom. And then everybody's like, oh my God, he bounced it back. And Zoro's like, and he bounced it back right at the Buggy Pirates. Lord. And as it was flying to the Buggy Pirates, Zoro's like, you could have at least told us what you were planning. The whole building blows up, right? And then Luffy was like, that evens the odds a little. Let's get him. And now Nami's like, what are you? And Luffy's like, made me worry for nothing. That ends chapter 15. Hey guys. So, this was a great chapter. It really set up kind of weight in this moment because Luffy loves to protect people's dreams. And the mayor's island, as we learned in previous chapters, that they built this from the ground up, right? And it sucks when people just kind of take over your place, right? And so he was fighting for that no matter how old he is. He's the mayor, 70, 80. So Luffy saw that and saw the kindness of the village. And that's why he's up here fighting for the mayor and the village. Nami does have an ulterior motive. She needs that map for the Grand Line to bring it back to where she's at. Zoro's there to got Luffy's back. So, I'm excited to see what's this fight going to look like. Because as far as like the mainline cast for Buggy, we have the second mate with the unicycle, right? Tanjiro's scarf. We have the first mate with the little bear, the panda bear ears. And then we got Buggy. That's 3-on-3. I don't think Nami's going to fight because she's not all the way invested. But she is going to probably go get this treasure and steal everything so they can head out. But hey, I'm ready for the next chapter because who do you think is going to fight first? Do you think the first mate? Because he has a sword. So if he has a sword, that means him and Zoro's going to fight. That's usually how it works in One Piece. Because he wants to be the world's greatest swordsman. So he has to fight them. So, thank you so much. Tell me what you like about my new setup. Or what you don't. Either or. It's cool. It's different. I'm walking around now. I like it. Feel more energetic. And yeah. This is Dr. Alchemist, M.F.A. And hey y'all. We can adapt. We can rebuild. We can win. Keep analoging.